Hello and welcome back to another Football Commentaries live stream. It is the opening day and weekend of the Championship season, and two heavyweights in the division will battle it out on this Friday night to see who will come out on top of the table and lead the way for the rest of the clubs for this season. We start at the Vitality for Bournemouth versus West Brom with both clubs with new managers in the names of Scott Parker and Valérien Ismaël. Both clubs have promotion ambitions, as the 6 meetings previous to this one have been in the Premier League. Bournemouth winning 3 of them, one of them being a draw, and West Brom with 2 wins, both of them though being back at the Hawthorns. West Brom having to recover from a bit of a messy season in the last one. They've brought in some Barnsley recruits in the likes of the manager, Ismaël, and also the club captain of Barnsley, I'm pretty sure it was Mowat, sorry. So let's see if they will help the rebuild. And then for Bournemouth, they've gone for it's sometimes stylish, has some questionable cardigans sometimes, Scott Parker, but he's in from Fulham, who also were relegated to the Championship last season. With the next season crucial for both sides, trying to win back promotion, who will get that better start, as this is the first game of a 46 game campaign, and it gets underway in about under 5 minutes time. We're ready for the new season in the Championship. Put your score predictions in the comments if you want. Sounds decent. If there is any issues where it sounds a bit worse for wear, the audio, please let me know. I used to have to lie it down because my stand broke. I'm planning to buy a new mic actually, because this one's lasted me nearly 2 years now and it's starting to go a little bit. So so if it sounds good, decent, if it at any point sounds a little bit off, just let me know. I can turn it down a bit or I can turn it up. Let me know. We've got a 2-0 to West Brom. That's definitely a reasonable score prediction. It's just difficult for both teams because they have got some issues in terms of plays, but we're going to quickly rattle through the lineups as quick as I can. So we've got Mark Travers in goal after losing Begovic to Everton. He's having to stand in goal, the 22-year-old Irishman. Right back, Adam Smith. Chris Mepham is back to partner alongside Lloyd Kelly, who is captain for today's game, and Jordan Samura is in. Jack Stacey, right back, did get injured in their last pre-season game, so Adam Smith, who did play on the left, has gone to the right, and then they have brought in Jordan Zamora for this game. 3 midfielders of Emiliano Marcondes, signed as a free agent from Brentford. He got the second goal in the playoff final. Marcondes, he's found himself at Bournemouth. Gavin Kilkenny, the youngster, he's having to come in at midfield to play alongside Philip Billin, who's wanted by Norwich. Right wing David Brooks, up front Dominic Solanke, and Jadon Anthony, formerly of Arsenal for 10 years as a youngster. He plays on the left. And then as you can see, the subs is Will Dennis, Zeno Ibsen Ross, Brennan Camp, Kyle Taylor, Nathan Morea Welsh, Junior Stanislas, and Christian Sadie. 10 academy graduates in the squad for Bournemouth today. For West Brom, David Button starts. Sam Johnston on the bench, did make the Euro squad, returned early from holiday, but he's not ready to start in the lineup. Cedric Kipre, Kyle Bartley and Dara O'Shea make up a back 3 as they set out with a new formation under their new manager. Daniel Fillon and Connor Townsend will take up the wing-back roles with 2 central midfielders of Jake Livermore and Alex Mowat. And then the front 3 of Callum Robinson, who got 3 goals in the Premier League last year, 4 of them coming against Chelsea. Carlin Grant, who struggled to get kick-started last season. He plays up front, only the 1 goal last year in the Premier League. That was against Brighton in one of his first appearances. And then someone who was just kind of faded out by Sam Allardyce, Gray, Didier Garner, signed last year from West Ham. He starts on the left wing. And then out of the 7 subs they're allowed to make, 7 subs they're allowed to take, they've only took 6. Sam Johnston, Ethan Ingram, Semi Ajayi, Matt Phillips, Rayan Tulloch and Kenneth Zahor makes up the 6-man bench. So they're without new signing Matt Clark, who's on loan from Brighton, and also new signing Adam Reach, who they have bought on a free from Sheffield Wednesday. We're about to get underway. The referee is going to blow the whistle any second now. Darren Bond is the referee for today's game. We're going to wait for the kickoff to start, and then we'll be underway for the first game in this Championship season. Bournemouth in their usual red and black, and then West Brom in their away kit of yellow and kind of blue shorts, dark blue shorts, quite a nice looking kit. We're just waiting for the referee to blow the whistle. And he has, and they take the knee. The referee and the West Brom team, Bournemouth, decide against it. I'm not sure if there's any booing, but that's interesting. The home team decide not to. West Brom do, including the officials. And we're about to get underway. Bournemouth versus West Brom. The opening day of the Championship season. Who will come out on top? It'll be Dominic Solanke to kick off. He plays it forward to Billing as they rush forward straight away. And they can't get further forward with Marcondes. It's now with West Brom. Callum Robinson loses out to Gavin Kilkenny. And West Brom are back in possession with Zamora at left back. Back to Lloyd Kelly. He'll send it forward. Blocked off though by Livermore. And he'll find Callum Robinson. And then Derek Grady-Dean-Garner just about keeps it in on the right hand side. 1-on-1 with Zamora. Tries to get a cross in. It's blocked by Gavin Kilkenny, who comes to cover. And it goes out for a corner. Good start there from West Brom, picking up on the loose ball. The poor clearance from the captain for tonight's game, Lloyd Kelly. As under a minute in, West Brom have a corner kick. They have got height in the box, that's for sure. Can they find it? Oh, it's drilled in. Kyle Bartley helps it on. It's in the air. They ask for a penalty. Referee doesn't give it. Kyle Bartley was screaming as his shot apparently hit a hand of a Bournemouth defender. Play continues. Helped back forward by David Button. Up to Dean Garner. What a touch, but just a bit loose, and it's cleared by Bournemouth only as far as Connor Townsend, who's now starting at left wing back. He's made his name last season, getting in ahead of Kieran Gibbs. Now Callum Robinson. Big shouts for penalties. Kyle Bartley hit the shot. It wasn't the most, convicting of shots, but they asked for a penalty. It wasn't given by the referee. Robinson. Back to Jake Livermore, who also struggled for game time under Sam Allardyce. He's back in though. Nice ball worked out to the left. Townsend looks for a cross. Aims for the other wing back, Furlong, who heads it backwards, and it'll only fall as far as Jaden Anthony. In the final defensive third, Zamora, a young, inexperienced left-hand side. He's lost it here with Furlong. Good challenge by Kilkenny. Now Jaden Anthony in the left-back area. They need to get rid of this. Zamora, Kelly, clearance better this time. Last one was fired right at a West Brom player, but it's only gone as far as Kyle Bartley. Smashes it forward and out for a throw-in. It was a heavy collision with Philip Billing, and he's staying down there, not accepting the helping hand of Philip Billing, who knocked him to the ground. See, it kind of cut off of the camera when the challenge went in, so you're not really seeing it. Not sure if the ref's given a free kick. Let's have a look. He just took a touch wide right and clattered into by Billing. It probably is a free kick. Nothing more. Not given though. Kyle Bartley not happy with that challenge. He is vice captain. Kyle Bartley did stand in as captain last year when Jake Livermore wasn't in the squad. It's going to be a throw-in though for Bournemouth. No free kick given by the referee. On the halfway line, Zamora throws back to the captain, Lloyd Kelly, only the age of 22. He's captain today, as Steve Cook, the usual captain, is out with an injury. Forward by Travers, the keeper. Can't find David Brooks. To Kilkenny, though, as West Brom do try and clear forward. Smith, Kilkenny. Pressured by Jake Livermore, and he's tackled fairly, says the referee, but it falls for it's a free kick. It's not fair, says the referee, and it's clipped towards Solanke. Brings it down, nearly gets beyond Kipre, and he can work it away to Livermore, the captain, and then out to Darnell Furlong. It's a feisty start to this game. Clipped down the line. Looking for Callum Robinson. Lloyd Kelly will get there first and spin around and clear it down the channel. Looking for Solanke. Won by Bartley. Good commanding defending. Mowat. Townsend back to Mowat. Tackled again. Nicely done by Kilkenny. Not got much experience in the pro game, Gavin Kilkenny, but he's doing well so far. First 4 minutes. Long ball again over towards David Brooks. Won't win the header against Connor Townsend, but he can head it away for a throw-in. He'll be left to Adam Smith to take. Formerly of Tottenham Hotspur. Goes back to the halfway line with Chris Mepham. Played 3 times at the Euros. Kelly looks for a ball over the top. Can't find Jaden Anthony, making a run in behind. And it's back to backup keeper David Button. Only made the one Premier League appearance last year, and that was against Wolves. In a 3-2 win. First Allardyce win. He's in for Sam Johnson, who was obviously at the Euros. Didn't play himself, but did return early. to try and get back involved. He wasn't meant to be a part of the squad for tonight, but he's just about made it into the subs bench. As Kipre gives it away, poor ball, it's wayward, it falls to David Brooks. Over the top it is for Solanke, takes it in his stride with a headed touch forward. Back to goal on the edge of the box. Can he work a shooting opportunity? Plays it through to Billing. First time ball back into Solanke. Left foot. Across goal. It's cleared by Townsend. Not convincingly. Brooks tries to get a shot away. Cleared again. Marcondes to Adam Smith. Just about keeps it in. Looking to play it backwards. And he gets it to Kilkenny, number 26. Turning away from Mowat. And back he goes to the halfway line. As Bournemouth do keep possession. It's now with Mark Travers. Like I said before, inexperienced. He's in for Begovic, who was sold on a free, I think, to Everton, so they've not really replaced him. Zamora, a left back for Bournemouth. Forward it goes, clipped by Grady Diangana, and it's going to be a free kick for Bournemouth. Rightly given, he just caught him late as he released the ball there, the young Zimbabwean left back. Let's have a look at this handball claim. Just off the arm of Jayden Anthony. Arm's by his side, so I wouldn't give it a handball. It's back into the hands of David Button, the West Brom goalkeeper, as that free kick for Bournemouth led to nothing in the end. But I'm presuming Sam Johnston will be back in the sticks the next game. David Button getting the one-off run out again in the season. Good kick out to Furlong, heads it forward to Diangana, loses out to Lloyd Kelly. The number 5 tries to clear, deflects off Grady Diangana, loops over towards Callum Robinson, headed away by Kilkenny and volleyed away by Marcondes. Solanke beaten again to the ball by Kyle Bartley. Good defending once again. Now Kipre's been a bit shaky so far, but he's done well to release the ball to Livermore. Mowat, poor ball first time. Thought there'd be an option on the right hand side, there wasn't, and Zamora will let it run for a throw-in for Bournemouth, just inside their defensive third. What do you do with this? Jordan Zamora played 2 times in the Championship last year. Only late minute subs though against Huddersfield and Wickham. Yeah, but I think that handball was the right call in the end from the referee. Kilkenny gets it off Solanke, who retreated the ball from the throw-in. And there's a nice switch away to the right to David Brooks. He's had to retreat himself into his own half to collect the ball. Just plays it across. Nice simple ball to Lloyd Kelly. Towards the halfway line, we've got Jordan Zamora. Ball forward, tries to complete 1-2 with Jayden Anthony, loses out. Ball forward by West Brom to Grady Diangana. Gets there at Jayden Anthony. He's going to run at the defence here. Cut inside Diangana on the edge. Plays it forward to Grant. Can't hold it up. Won back by Bournemouth. And it can be cleared here on the edge by Chris Mepham to the right-hand side, where David Brooks will give chase ahead of Dara O'Shea. Puts him under the pressure, but the pressure's dealt with well by O'Shea and can clear back up the field, where Grant will give chase again. Mepham does win the header, only out for a throw-in. Good play from Grant to chase down Mepham to put him under pressure, to put it out for a throw-in. If you are new, please subscribe. I think the next commentary is going to be on Wednesday. The Super Cup final, Chelsea versus Villarreal. As it is, Connor Townsend with the throw-in. Nicely thrown into Carlin Grant. Good strong tackle by Mepham, headed away by Jayden Anthony. Always fires Kipre, the centre-back for West Brom on the halfway. Across it goes to O'Shea, part of that back three. And he clips a ball, switches it, looking for Darnell Furlong. Too much on it. Throwing for Bournemouth towards the corner flag. New start for West Brom, new season under new manager Valérien Ismaël, the 45-year-old French centre-back. Was quite successful as a player, won 2 Bundesligas. One at Werder Bremen in the 03-04 season, then one at Bayern in the 05-06 season. Had an unbelievable season with Barnsley, got them to the playoffs. Just fell at the semi-final hurdle against Swansea. It's Callum Robinson, wins it back. Diangana back towards Robinson. Knocked to the ground by Marcondes. A free kick for West Brom towards the right-hand side. Good chance to get a cross into the box, not quite a shooting opportunity. Good positive start, I'd say, from West Brom. See, like I said, new start, new manager, new system, and they're going to have to learn how to play with that. They did a good pre-season, 3 wins and 1 draw. Didn't concede a goal in pre-season. Played the likes of Woking, Sheffield Wednesday, Birmingham. Sorry about this. Number 27. Alex Mowat to take on the left foot. The man brought in from Barnsley alongside the manager. It's a crossing chance. Can they make the most of it? So ball in, curled in towards the far post where it's headed towards goal by Carlin Grant. Right down the throat of the goalkeeper. Easy save for Mark Travers. And that chance goes away for West Brom. Everyone on side, I think. Definitely Carlin Grant, the man who headed it from about 6 yards out. Just couldn't quite generate the pace on the ball. Chris Mepham in the 18-yard box for Bournemouth will try and bring it out of play. Goes across to Lloyd Kelly. Had a hamstring injury through 2020. But did manage to play 41 games last year with the 1 goal. Was captain in the EFL Cup game they had last Saturday against MK Dons. An emphatic 5-0 win as the ball's cleared long by the goalkeeper, headed away by Dara O'Shea towards Jaden Anthony, who heads it forward, and then headed out wide left by Philip Billing to Zamora. And they're in the West Brom half here, Bournemouth. Billing looking for the back heel, but it deflects back to himself. Heavy challenge by Kipre. Jaden Anthony keeps it going and pulls it across. And there's a shot, and there's a goal by Marcondes. Bournemouth take an early lead. There's a bit of fortune in the build-up, but their new signing, Emiliano Marcondes, will not care as they take the lead in front of a packed Vitality Stadium. And despite maybe not being the better team so far, they're the team with the first goal. And it's the first goal of the new championship season. Played in by Jaden Anthony to Billing. He looked to try and backheel it, but he deflected off a West Brom player back into the path of Billing, where he could continue the move. And he played it forward to Anthony. And as he pulled it back, it was left by Solanke, and in came Marcondes, who could just swiftly swipe the ball home on the left foot, right on the penalty spot. Button with no chance in the West Brom goal. It's Bournemouth 1, West Brom 0. And it's the new signing from Brentford with the goal. Like I said, fortunate with way it fell back to Billing, and then as he tried to get on the end of the ball, he was actually tackled quite strongly by Kipre, and I think that touch off the centre-back played it forward to Jaden Anthony. He plays it forward again. In behind, it's Solanke. He's in the box on the left-hand side. He's stood up one-on-one with Bartley. Shifts it onto his right foot. Gets a shot away, blocked by Bartley, and can be cleared in the end by Dara O'Shea. Bournemouth really switching it on here. Yeah, like I said, Kipre with that slide tackle on Billing. He got a touch of the ball, and I think that was the touch that played it forward to Jaden Anthony, who could continue his run, then pull the ball back to the eventual goal scorer, Emiliano Marcondes. And that's why we've got our first goal, and then another breakdown of play for Bournemouth. Gives it back to West Brom, and Robinson can't find the on-running Dean Garner, and it's back into the possession of Bournemouth with their captain for the night, Lloyd Kelly. And they do take the lead. The last meeting was 2-1 at this ground back in 2018. It was a late 89th minute Junior Stanislas winner who was released at the end of this year, and then new manager Scott Parker came in and thought, well, he could definitely be of some use, Junior Stanislas, so signed back on with a new contract, the 31-year-old. And he's on the bench today. Could he maybe come back on and get another late winner in this game if it does end up being 1-1 near the end of the game and he comes on as a sub, because he's the most experienced on the bench by far. The goalkeeper on the bench, Will Dennis, is 21. Then we've got a 20-year-old centre-back, two 20-year-old centre-backs, then a 21-year-old midfielder alongside a 19-year-old midfielder, a 19-year-old striker, and then Junior Stanislas at 31. So a bit thin in the squad. Bournemouth missing the likes of Jack Stacey, Jefferson Lerma, Ben Pearson, Arnaut Danjuma. Sold Sam Surridge this week to Stoke for £5.5 million. He was a 23-year-old striker for the club and was there from 2012 till last week. So a little bit thin in the squad, but they've got off to a great start. 1-0 up within the first 15 minutes of the game. This is a free kick on the halfway line for West Brom. Mowat glides into the box, headed by Solanke and then once more by Kelly. It needs to be cleared away, and Carl Bartley very aggressively goes right into Emiliano Marcondes, and It's going to be a free kick, and there's a little bit of afters here because obviously Billing did a foul on Bartley, and there might be some of aggression in the Bartley challenge from that, and he's gone right into the chest of Emiliano, the goal scorer, and he's stayed down holding his chest. It was just a bit of a aggressive shove to the chest, and a little bit unneeded. They were struggling to get the ball away, Bournemouth, and as he was going to clear, he's been absolutely clattered into. Jake Livermore and Bartley having a word with the referee, Darren Bond. Don't think he'll book him, but he's just saying, calm it down. No need for anything like that. So yeah, Kelly headed it towards Solanke again, who headed it first time, and then he left it to Emiliano to deal with it. And as he's gone to try and do something with it, he's tried to head it away. He's just been clattered into the face by Bartley, and he's lucky to get away with that because there was just no need really to go into him the way he did. But Emiliano Marcondes is back on his feet, and I'm sure he'll be able to continue on his professional debut for Bournemouth. Obviously featured in pre-season, but first proper game. Has got 2 goals against West Brom in previous appearances against the Baggies, and he can add a third to that collection now. That goal giving Bournemouth the lead, and the free kick will be taken inside the 18-yard box by Mark Travers down the right-hand side. Can't be flicked on by Solanke. Now cleared by Livermore. Robinson will give chase against Mepham. The Welsh defender will get there first and volley it down the right-hand side. Headed forward by O'Shea. Nicely finds Dean Garner, but he touches his paw, and Kilkenny can pick the ball up with a round of applause met for his qualities there, and he's picked the ball up again and will look for a ball over the top. It's a great ball in behind. Marcondes can try and get there. O'Shea with a vital touch. Sends it to the left wing back Townsend, who can deal with it with Mowat clearing in the end. Met by Mepham. Poor kick out of play for a West Brom throw-in. That was a great ball by Kilkenny. He's had a great start, the young Irish midfielder. As O'Shea looks like he may have a problem after chasing that ball through by Kilkenny. New number for Dara O'Shea this year. Was number 27, but he's been given the number 4 shirt for this new season. Can play centre-back and full-back, Dara O'Shea, and he will be okay to continue as the game continues with Connor Townsend throwing it down the line. Headed won by Mepham, who gave the throw-in away, and he will give another throw-in away inside the Bournemouth half this time as Townsend looked to take a quick one, but there was no options on. So he still got hold of the ball and then throws it down the line towards Callum Robinson, met by Mepham again, and another throw-in for West Brom, conceded by Mepham. That's 3 in a row from the Welsh defender. And it looks like it might be a long throw-in this time by Connor Townsend. Breakthrough season last year for Connor Townsend, the left wing back. So it looks to send this throw-in towards the 6-yard box, where Bartley's up and Kipre as well. Throw-in towards Kipre, can't head it on. It's in the air. Bartley heads it forward, then headed away by Kelly. Only as far as Kipre, who diverts it towards goal, and it will be a goal kick. They were asking for a corner, but it clearly came off Cedric Kipre last, as he runs back to his position. Good goal in the end, like I said. Bit of fortune with Kipre helping it forward with his slide tackle. And as the pullback came in by Jaden Anthony, it was finished off by Emiliano Marcondes. Close that from West Brom. A couple of half chances, I'd say, for them. Brooks has got it forward here and takes charge of the ball. Looks to run at the West Brom defenders. He's still got it as it's tried to be cleared by Townsend, but it wasn't very convincing from the left wing back. Kilkenny. Brooks faced up with Townsend, tries to play it forward. It deflects though, and it's now with Mowat. Plays it through, and could be a counter-attack on here for West Brom. A big touch forward by Carlton Grant as he takes out Scott Parker in the process. And I think there might have been a foul in there and a free kick. Absolutely swipes out of the new Bournemouth manager there as the counter-attack was on. Try to take a big touch forward to try and latch onto it, and start the chance, and Chris Mepham's been booked for it. Let's have a look here. Played through. Big touch and blocked off by Chris Mepham. And as he was blocked off and shoved to the ground, he's been shoved into the direction of Scott Parker, and that's why he ended up on the deck. So rightly given booking for Mepham. Bit naughty that, stopping a quite clear, dangerous counter-attack for West Brom and Carlin Grant. But he's back on his feet, Scott Parker. I'm sure he's been on the end of a few worse challenges in his playing time. Another free kick on the halfway line. Played forward, headed away by Solanke. Halfway line with Townsend. Sees an option on the left here, and he'll find that option with Robinson, but his touch is poor. And Smith will clear down the line and helped on once more and a second time. Flick by Brooks, only as far as a throw-in for Bournemouth. I thought Brooks got the last touch there as it was played forward, but it was himself a West Brom man. Thrown back to Chris Mepham in the 18-yard box, and then across to Lloyd Kelly. 2 signings so far for Bournemouth. Like I've mentioned many times, Marcondes, the signing, the goal scorer, free agent from Brentford, and also Leif Davis from Leeds on a season loan. He's currently got a little bit of a injury concern, and they're not risking him yet. Leif Davis, season loan. See if he can do anything. The left back from Leeds. And then in terms of outgoings, they had 4 departures. Begovic was one of them, and here's Livermore as he picks up a poor clearance away from Bournemouth. To Robinson, who's holding it up and playing it back to Kipre. Wide right to Furlong. Sees a gap. The gap's there, but the player isn't who's looking for. Livermore can't get in the end of the pass. It's into the hands of Travers, who I think gave it away to Livermore in the first place. And like I said, departures, Begovic, Jack Wilshere as well. And then Diego Rico was also sold to Spanish left back. Was bought for 10.7 million in 2019, but he's been let go for an undisclosed fee, but it's a lot cheaper than that fee they bought him for apparently. He's again a poor clearance, falls to mow it, can't head it forward to a West Brom man, falls to Kilkenny. Marcondes, Kilkenny, intercepted pass by Livermore, tries to lift it forward towards Dean Garner, dealt with by Lloyd Kelly as he's in the left back area and clears down the line by Billing. You can't win the header. Dean Garner plays it back to Furlong into Livermore. Tries to return to Furlong, but it's been picked up by Bournemouth and cleared. Can't find Dominic Solanke, and it will be back with Kyle Bartley. It's now David Button. Long ball forward, headed on by Townsend down the line. Mepham will get there ahead of Grant and clear for another throw-in. It's great to see so many fans in at the Vitality Stadium. As the new manager, Valerian Ishmael tries to encourage his players to maybe step it up a little bit as Bournemouth give away another throw-in. It looks like they're going to be having to deal with a long throw-in into the box by Connor Townsend on the West Brom left. They had one of these just about 5 minutes ago. Didn't really fall too much in the end as it's another long throw-in. Header won by Adam Smith to Brooks on the edge, who brings it down. What skill! And he can get going here. David Brooks, he gets beyond Kipre as well, but a strong recovery challenge stops him in his tracks. And it'll fall for a West Brom throw-in on the West Brom left as Bournemouth cleared away. Kipre sends it to the left. What a ball. Townsend brings it down beautifully. Forward to Carlin Grant, who's found himself on the left wing. Trying to find some room to get a crossing maybe. Ball through. Just cut out in the end by Bournemouth, and they get away here with Solanke. Can he get there? He can. Ahead of Kipre on the right-hand side. He needs to hold it up, wait for support. He's got numbers arriving. Plays it to Billy on the edge. Backheel to David Brooks. Just can't poke it to a Bournemouth man. And West Brom can set away. Dean Garner, good challenge from Adam Smith. Wins the ball back really well. And Bournemouth can go in the West Brom half. Brooks. Lifted into Adam Smith, who's just been caught offside. It'll be a free kick to West Brom in the end. Good start though for Bournemouth in terms of the goal, and they are starting to find their rhythm and groove in the game. Which is going to be difficult for both teams, new managers, new style of play, new ideas and thoughts. West Brom still have this free kick from the Adam Smith offside. At this point in season last year, West Brom, top goal scorer Mateus Pereira as well, got 11 goals in the Premier League last year. He's left for a Saudi Arabian team as they couldn't quite keep a hold of him. He was kind of the bright, shining light in the dark season for West Brom. It's a throw in for them on the right hand side. Again, Bournemouth not really able to clear their lines thoroughly. And it's down the line. Callum Robinson will give chase, and Lloyd Kelly will see it out for a goal kick for Bournemouth. Good defending from the centre half. Lloyd Kelly making his 100th senior club appearance. 52 of them being for Bournemouth, and I think 48 of them being for Bristol City. Only 22, and his captain, so obviously Scott Parker's seen something in him with those leadership qualities. It is quite a young squad for Bournemouth today. Oldest is 30 years old, starting 11, with then 22, 23, 22, 21, 26, 21, 25, 24, 23, 21. Just going down the pecking order of the lineup. So quite a young squad. Is one of the youngest. Mark Travers clears it to the left, but Billings' touch is poor. Diangana has it. Tries to take on Zamora one-on-one. Can't do so. Picked up by Billing. And it can be won back by Bournemouth. And can it be cleared? They look to play from the back with Gavin Kilkenny, who just looks so, just so cultured and smart on the ball. He just knows what he's doing, knows where the next pass is going to be. As he try and play out with Mepham. Has to hurry the clearance. Thankfully for him, falls right into the feet of Solanke, who keeps it. Gets clipped by Kyle Bartley and wins a free kick for his team. Fantastic hold-up play by Solanke as Kilkenny tries to take a quick one to the right-hand side. The ball apparently was moving still, says the referee. It'll be a free kick for Bournemouth to be retaken. But Kilkenny, like I said, age 21, joining 2016 from St Kevin's Boys in Ireland. And from there, has had no loans, to maybe develop him a bit more, get him some first team minutes maybe in League 1 or League 2. But he stayed within the ranks of Bournemouth, and he's now breaking into the senior team. As Bournemouth has it in their own half with the goalkeeper, Mark Travers. He's going to clear it long and wide to the left-hand side, where Jayden Nanty can't win the header, but Darnell Furlong can, and it'll be a Bournemouth throw-in just inside the West Brom half. For Jordan Zamora to take. The new EFL Puma footballs instead of Mitre this year, and he's thrown that long down the line to Jayden Anthony, who will just about keep it in. He'll look to try and take on Kipre. Plays it along to Zamora, who tries to take on Kipre himself. Thought he was clipped. Referee doesn't think so, and his touch means the goal kick is given to West Brom. Thought he may have been clipped as he tried to barge past the big centre half, but referee didn't think it was a foul. And it'll be David Button with the free kick. The goal kick for West Brom, who've made 3 signings themselves. They've made the sign of Adam Reach from Sheffield Wednesday on loan, Alex Mowat from Barnsley on a free, his contract expired, and also Matt Clark on a from Brighton on the season-long loan, as that kick is fantastic, all the way to Diangana in the final third. Looks to try and shift it onto his favoured left foot, does do that, and has to play it to Livermore, who allows Diangana to take over once more. Pressured by Billing, it's a fair challenge from the midfielder, and Solanke can set away. Can't get beyond Bartley, and the tackle's poor. The tackle's great, and the ball's poor by Dar O'Shea. It's gone straight back to Gavin Kilkenny in a Bournemouth shirt. Poor from Adam Smith. Just about gets it back though, as Townsend looks to try and get beyond the Bournemouth right back. Ball over the top towards Solanke. Too much on it. Burton will get there first and slice it out for a throw-in for Bournemouth. Poor there from the 32-year-old goalkeeper, only making his 5th appearance for West Brom, joining last year from Brighton. It'll be Adam Smith with the throw-in. has a goal against West Brom, Adam Smith, back in the 2015-16 season in a 2-1 win. Headed away by West Brom. Mowat. Ball forward to Dean Garner, left-footed, through towards Callum Robinson, but it will be a free kick to West Brom. As he played that ball, Dean Garner, he was caught late by the left-back Zamora. And it'll be a free kick for West Brom inside their own half. Was a free kick as he went to release it. He was just caught late by the left-back. Yeah, West Brom quite a bleak end to the last season. 0 wins in the last 7 Premier League games, 5 losses and 2 draws they picked up. Their last Premier League win was a 3-0 win against Southampton at home. Mateus Pereira, Matt Phillips and Callum Robinson with the goals in that game. They'll look for a better season with this one, with Dave Button clipping it forward. Header won by Kilkenny only as far as Robinson, who heads it forward to Dean Garner, who slides forward to try and divert it towards goal, but the ball was just too far forward for him, and it will fall into the thankful hands of Mark Travers, the Bournemouth goalkeeper. First header won by Mepham, it was actually, and then the header forward by Robinson to Dean Garner. As even if he did get a touch, I think it would have been given for offside. Yep, the flag was up. Mepham, Adam Smith, lifted ball down the right hand side. It'll find Marcondes, back to goal, and he's been forced out of play by Kyle Bartley, given no room to turn. West Brom through. Did spend the one season back in the Premier League, West Brom, before being plummeted right back down to the Championship. Got second place in their last season in the Championship. Got 83 points and finished just below Leeds, who won the league that season. Brooks wins it, strong challenge, and he loses out. And it's now Townsend. Good ball down the line. Callum Robinson will give chase, but will not get there ahead of the sliding challenge of Chris Mepham, who has to be careful. He is booked. And again, now we're going to be seeing another long throw-in from Connor Townsend. Be his third or fourth of the game. It will be a long throw-in into the box. Headed on by Billing. Back to the taker, Townsend, who takes a touch, crosses it. It's dangerous. Dara O'Shea wins that header, and he does score for West Brom. Poor defending in the box there by Bournemouth, and the away fans go wild as they are allowed back in stadiums for the first time since last year in March. And what a feeling that must be for the supporters. Long throwing in, headed away by Billing, only as far as the throw-in taker, Townsend, who curls in a beautiful ball on the left foot, 6 yards out, gets up above Zamora and heads it down. It bounces beyond the keeper, and Dara O'Shea scores for West Brom. Beautiful goal. 4th goal for the club, 53rd appearance. How do you like that, Dara O'Shea? It is Bournemouth 1, West Brom 1. First goal since July of 2020. He's had to wait over a year for a next one, but my word, was it one that meant a lot to the manager. First goal in his tenure for Valérien Ismaël, and it comes through an unlikely source of Dara O'Shea. We are level at the Vitality as Bournemouth look to get away. Ball towards Jaden Anthony. It's a heavy one, just about. Oh no, he doesn't keep it in. He thought he did. And it's a goal kick for West Brom. Bit of afters between Furlong and Jaden Anthony though. (1-1) the score. Poor defending from Bournemouth. The left-back Zamora should not have let Dara O'Shea win the header that easily. And you could question the goalkeeping as well from Mark Travers, who did spend a month of last season from January to February on loan at Swindon in League One. Yeah, but Bournemouth was one of the teams who conceded the most from crosses, 16 last year, second highest, ahead of just below Bristol. And it's poor. The header was poor by Billing to head it right back to where it came from. Allowed the free cross, and then the cross was a good one, but too easy for O'Shea to win it as Dean Garner looks for a cross. It deflects off Zamora, and it will be a corner kick for West Brom. as they'll try and get in the lead after being behind for a good chunk of the opening half of this game. It will be Alex Mowat to take. Spent 4 years at Barnsley before following his manager to West Brom. Was at Leeds for the majority of his early career from 2004 to 2017. Alex Mowat making 125 appearances. He's now at West Brom. He's going to put an in-swinging corner in. Before that, there is an incident that's happened where Marcondes has ended up on the ground. Not sure what happened there. I think it's between him and Kyle Bartley. Again, very bit of a tense game, this. A lot of little mini incidents happening within the game. That's another one. Marcondes and Bartley's going to have a word with the referee. See what happened here. Oh, he's just literally thrown himself to the ground. That's poor from Marcondes. It's a good job the referee didn't see that properly. Literally just thrown himself to the floor. I don't think Bartley even touched him. That's poor, that, from the new signing and the Bournemouth goal scorer who made it 1-0. But everyone's had a speaking to, and we're going to get on with this game with a corner kick from Alex Mowat. It's going to be a left-footed in-swinging ball. It loops in the air. It's on the keeper, and it goes all the way through, and it's a foul on the keeper. Lucky for Mark Travers, he must have been fouled within the cross, because the cross went all the way through towards the back post where Robinson just had to get the slightest of touches. Oh, I don't know where the foul is there. That's really poor. Where's the foul? Travers is not impeded at all. And Robinson, who literally pretty much let the ball just hit his body and it just rolled over the line, is probably denied a fair goal. I don't see Travers being impeded there, coming from a goalkeeper myself. I don't think I would have had too many of complaints. He just kind of got lost in the cross. And Robinson peeled to the back post and just about managed to roll the ball over the line, and maybe it should have been 2-1 West Brom, but not to be. And we, continue with the game. I'd have to see why it was given. I think it was for the foul on the keeper, but I would have had to have disagreed with the referee, Darren Bond. Interesting. Interesting to say the least. But this is the first meeting in the championship between the two sides in the new formed championship. So they played each other in the second division a couple of times. Ball forward by David Button, helped on by, I think that was goal scorer Dara O'Shea, but he can only head it out for a goal kick for Bournemouth. As I said, West Brom got off to the better start, and you could say the goal for Bournemouth was a little bit on the fortuitous side, but West Brom hadn't let that goal really affect them in any way, and they played their own game, and they ended up getting a goal in the process. So, fair play to West Brom. Travers clears for Bournemouth towards the right-hand side. David Brooks can't get anywhere near it, and he's headed forward and headed back by Kelly. And then as far as Livermore, whose head has gone to Kilkenny. Tries to do a little bit too much, but the foul's been committed apparently by Livermore on Kilkenny, and he gets away with losing possession. Mepham's over the free kick inside the Bournemouth half. Zamora down the line to Anthony, back to goal, plays it back to Zamora, inside to Kilkenny, and then over to Chris Mepham. Now with the right back, Adam Smith turns back. Mepham, first time clearance, it's high, it's over the top, it'll be given to David Brooks to chase, can't get there again ahead of O'Shea, good defending, heavy touch though, and he loses out. It's Jaden Anthony who takes over, he loses to Kipre. Bouncing all over the place. Zamora can't get on the end of it. Furlong pokes it forward. And again, Gary Diangana with a poor touch. And Lloyd Kelly just kicks it out for a throw-in on the West Brom left. He's done well there, Dara O'Shea, to get it away from Brooks. And then nearly gave it away himself to cause further danger. From the halfway line. Connor Townsend with a throw down the line. Helped on towards the Diangana as far as Lloyd Kelly. Assertive touch, and across it goes to the left back, Zamora. Lifted ball down the line, chest down by Jaden Anthony, but you lose out to Cedric Kipre. Great defending there, and he can get West Brom forward. He gets it to the left to Townsend. Down the line to Robinson, in the box, towards the byline. First time, pull back. It's cleared by Marcondes. And as far as West Brom throwing again on that left-hand side. could be another chance for a long throw-in. It's going to be. This is what undone Bournemouth before. Not the long throw-in itself, the clearance from the long throw. It fell back to the throwing taker who crossed it in for Dara O'Shea. It was from an Englishman to the Irishman. Can they profit from it again? Long throw-in. Adam Smith heads it backwards and it can be caught by Mark Travers, but not before it went out for a corner. He thought he'd avoided the corner there, Mark Travers, as he caught it, but the linesman thought it went out of play. Again, that long throw-in causing danger. Adam Smith heading it backwards instead of forwards. Concede to the corner 5 minutes before the break. O'Shea's in there again, looking for a second-headed goal or just a second goal in general in the game. Made a name for himself in West Brom colours, Dara O'Shea, in the Championship, the season they got promotion. It's going to be another in-swinger, Furlong this time, on towards the goalkeeper, who does a better job of dealing with that one, but helped back into the box, and it's all over the place here. O'Shea does get a head onto it. Robinson hooks it over. Bartley heads it over in the end, and the attack dies down. Lucky from West Brom. Good cornering by Furlong. Headed, I think, by Billing in the end, and helped back in by Grant. Headed in the air by Mepham, and then O'Shea was the one who headed it to Robinson. Just about kept it in, hooked it over to Bartley, and Grant wanted him to leave it, but Bartley tried to divert it goalwards with the header, but he went over the bar instead. And a bit of relief for Bournemouth as they're struggling a little bit here. Even though they're having the majority of the possession, when West Brom have the ball, they're looking a lot more dangerous, and they've picked it up here with Dean Garner. Bad pass. It falls back to him. He's foul, but play will continue. His advantage is played. Good save by Travers, and it will be left for a corner for West Brom. Robinson with the shot to the keeper's right. It was going right toward that bottom right corner, and it was a good stretched save as Dean Garner was put to the ground, but the ball rolled forward to Robinson, so play continued, and he nearly slotted West Brom forward and ahead in the game. Strong save though by the 6'3", 22-year-old goalkeeper in between the sticks for Bournemouth. Another Furlong corner. Can this one cause danger? Crossed in. Another header away at the near post. It's now Carlin Grant. Back to the corner taker. First time cross. Far post. O'Shea heads it towards the far post. Bartley. Easy save for Mark Travers. Good catch. And he looks to try and set Bournemouth away quickly, but hesitates and then throws out to the left back Zamora. Over the top ball, can't find Billing in behind. And it'll fall to the goalkeeper Button, who clears it, not very convincingly. And out for a throw-in for Bournemouth, just inside the West Brom half. Lloyd Kelly, back to Mark Travers. Cleared up the field. And the one by O'Shea. Dean Garner on the halfway. Plays it back to Cedric Pere, who did spend a bit of back end of last season at Charleroi. He's formerly with the PSG Academy. Spent 3 years at Leicester. Didn't quite break into the first team there, so he's found himself at West Brom, only making his 4th appearance for the club. Did also spend a season back in 2017-18 in Scotland with Motherwell. He's been around the place. Cedric Pere, hopefully he finds a home now at West Brom where he can get regular appearances. As the cross has gone in. Headed away by Lloyd Kelly. West Brom are on the attack again. Solanke fouled, says the referee. It'll be a free kick for Bournemouth. Alex Mowat with the foul. Scott Parker, you could say, had a bit of a mixed career as a manager at Fulham. Managed 96 times over his 2-year spell. Got promoted through the playoffs, beating Brentford 2 seasons ago. But then, first season back in the Premier League, got relegated, so it's a bit, got them there, but then couldn't keep them there. It's a bit of a tough one for Scott Parker, as he now finds a new adventure at Bournemouth. It's Kelly volleys it away, throwing for West Brom inside the Bournemouth half. So it could cause danger for Bournemouth. They only lost the one pre-season game. That was against Granada when they did a bit of a tour of Spain. Solanke did score the only Bournemouth goal in that 2-1 defeat. He rounded the keeper. Quite reassured finish by Solanke. Very calm as he looks to close down Kit Prey here. His 2 minutes have been added on. The centre-back can play to Dean Garner. On the right, back to Cedric Kit Prey. Across to Carl Bartley, who's been in a bit of drama this first half. Has to go back to Button, who volleys it up the field. Lloyd Kelly will have to clear. Oh no, Zamora. Oh, it's a poor clearance into the path of Carlin Grant. Hooks over his head toward Livermore. Mepham deals with it well. Falls to the hands of Mark Travers. That could have been disaster for Zamora, who fourth the clearance and sent it backwards towards his keeper instead of forward. It was Grant who took it down, tries to flick it over Mepham's head, but Mepham didn't allow that and headed it back to his goalkeeper. There's 1 minute to go of this first half, which is currently Bournemouth 1, where they did take the lead through Marcondes, and then West Brom equalised through Dara O'Shea later on in the half. Ball cleared forward. O'Shea to win the header, to mow it, hooks on. So as Mepham heads forward. David Brooks, who just about keeps it in and takes a pass forward, looking for number 11 Marcondes, cleared out by Kyle Bartley, not taking any prisoners there, just making sure he gets that ball cleared. So make sure you are here next Wednesday. Chelsea versus Villarreal. Billing. Poke back towards Adam Smith, the throw-in taker. Loses out with a strong challenge by Alex Mowat. And he was able to get that last touch off Adam Smith to win his team a throw-in. We've played the 2 minutes of added on time and the throw-in goes down the line. And that's where the referee sees for the half-time to end after the 2 minutes of added on time. We do end the half with Bournemouth 1, West Brom 1. West Brom probably having the better chances, more chances for sure. And looking a little bit more settled when on the ball. Even though Bournemouth had the most possession, coming in at around 60% possession, they've looked a little bit lack of ideas, I'd say. They did score in the 12th minute through Marcondes, their first real chance and their only real chance, I'd say. A good pullback from Jayden Anthony found the new side and he slotted home, and that was the only Bournemouth shot on target. But West Brom, who were the better team, I think, even when that goal was scored, they kept going, kept persisting. And then in the 33rd minute, Dara O'Shea from a Connor Townsend cross found the back of the net with his header. And West Brom, who I think's dominated, 8 shots, 4 on target, compared to Bournemouth's 2 shots and 1 on target. It's all level, but if West Brom keep pushing the way they are, then I could see this game going only one way, and that's to West Brom. But with a half-time team talk from Scott Parker, it could flick a switch in the minds of the Bournemouth players, and we could see a very, very interesting second half. But I think that's a good first half. First game of the Championship season. 2 of the teams that will definitely be up there come the end of the season looking for promotion. Scores are even, but I think West Brom have been the better team. But that can all change come the second half. Like I said, I said I'd be doing the Super Cup on Wednesday, but I am supposed to be going out, but the game is at 8, so I should be okay to do that. If not, then we might have to wait a bit because I can't do a Premier League commentary, unfortunately, for the opening day or the opening weekend. I've literally got no time to do any. I'm busy for the whole weekend. Friday, I'm out. Saturday, I'm out, and then the Sunday as well. So, unfortunately, no commentaries for the opening weekend of the Premier League, which again I'm annoyed about, but you know, it is what it is. So if the Super Cup isn't commentated on, then I'm not sure what the next one is. But at the minute, that next one will be the Super Cup. Chelsea versus Villarreal, winner of the Champions League, taking on the winners of the Europa League. But decent half there for both sides. I had not many meetings when I researched the history of the fixture. Only the 22nd meeting between the two sides. 8 Bournemouth wins, 9 West Brom wins, so that's pretty even as well. We've had 10 goals in the last 5 meetings, and we've got 2 in this one so far. We've still another 45 minutes to play. I did mention before how Bournemouth did win the last fixture in 2018 at the Vitality, 2-1. West Brom did take the lead that day with Jay Rodriguez in the 49th minute, but then 2 goals near the end of the game by Jordan Ibe in the 77th and Junior Stanislas in the 89th. Gave Bournemouth a late win in that one. Then the reverse fixture, back in mid-August of that season, in the 2017-18 season, it was just a 1-0 West Brom win with a Higazi goal. Higazi leaving the club this season, one of the departures. That was when Tony Pulis was manager of West Brom and Eddie Howe was manager of Bournemouth. So there is usually a winner. Only the 4 draws in the 21 previous meetings. So the draws are hard, few and far between, but you never know. That's only the history of the fixture. That can change in this one. I'm just actually going to just listen to the audio quick. That sounds okay. No, I know the comments said it, but I was just, making sure. I'm going to get up Sky News for a sec, see if any more any more headlines have come out, because it's been crazy this week. Jack Grealish signing yesterday, all confirmed. We had the Kane statement coming out as well, saying how he never missed a training session. He was always planned to come back tomorrow, which I find strange, returning to training on a Saturday. But, that was weird. We had the Messi departure yesterday as well from Barcelona. That was absolutely crazy. It says here, Messi shocked and surprised over Barca exit. Obviously, money played a big part in Barcelona not being able to do the transfer, or I say it was a transfer because technically he was a free agent, so it was a transfer. But it's strange, right? Because I read something that apparently if they were to go ahead with that signing of Messi, it would leave Barcelona damaged for the next 50 years. So that's probably why they had to let him go in the end. And it's come out, breaking news 20 minutes ago. That's why I've read Sky just to make sure nothing has happened. And it says here, breaking news: Paris Saint-Germain are in advanced talks to sign Lionel Messi. And 3 minutes later, it is said in Sky Italy, reports of that talks have intensified, and it's thought a deal is unlikely to take too long. So probably will be going to PSG, and I don't mind that. Obviously, I would love to have seen him in the Prem, but that PSG team on paper is going to look scary, very scary. Like, I know people say, oh, it's money and all that, and of course it is. If you're in Messi's shoes, you're going to say no to that amount of money PSG are probably offering. No, you're not. So, but I mean, if he wants to go to a club that could easily win the Champions League next year, he either wants to go to City or PSG, because PSG, Donnarumma on a free, Wijnaldum on a free, Ramos on a free. They've already got Neymar, Marquinhos, Paredes, who I really like in the midfield, Verratti in the midfield. They brought in Hakimi from Inter Milan, Kimpembe. Really dangerous squad. So if they do get that signing over the line, then it's a big, big, big signing as well. And Spurs do announce one of their signings, Christian Romero, £42 million from Atalanta. He is a centre-back who usually plays at the centre of a back three, so it looks like Tottenham may be going for that three at the back under Nuno. So it'll be interesting to see if he fits in like that. Maybe goes to a back three. So that's interesting, that breaking news of Lionel Messi. Who do you think will win the league? I think Chelsea. I don't know. I think it is really too early to call. because Chelsea look really dangerous, and if they bring in Lukaku, who they're heavily linked with, that'd be dangerous. So I think Chelsea could win it. City could obviously win it, especially if they get Kane. United, I don't think they'll win it. They might do. I don't think they'll win it because I don't think they've made enough signings. But bringing in Varane and Sancho is a big upgrade, and definitely signings that will help them. And then Liverpool as well are always going to be up there now, just because of winning the league. They've got a strong squad. Probably haven't made enough signings, but no, I think they'll always be up there now for a little bit. Liverpool always in the talks of maybe winning it. Will they win it? I don't think so. I really think it's between Chelsea and Manchester City, but I could be completely wrong. I could look like a fool. I think I'd need to do a Premier League prediction video. I'm actually going to do that next week and get it out to you because obviously I've got to get it done before the season starts. I know the transfer window will not be shut yet, but you know what I mean. So I'll try and get that out to you next week as a video. So yeah, that's interesting. See Messi signing for PSG. It is absolutely crazy. Just seeing, Messi leaving Barcelona. But Pep Guardiola ruled out the signing of Messi for City, basically saying in a way that we don't need him, or City don't need him, which I get because obviously you just bought in Grealish. But it's Messi, isn't it? If you can get Messi, why wouldn't you? I know, just fit him in anywhere. Just shove Grealish at centre back or something. But yeah, I mean, I genuinely think Guardiola never wanted Messi to return to him at any point. I think he saw that time he had with Messi in Barcelona, and it's like the peak times at Barcelona, winning the Champions League, and being one of the best teams to ever grace the planet, that Pep Guardiola Barcelona team. And I just feel like that was so perfect and so good that time they had together in Barca. I just think that he wanted that to be that and not to ruin it in case he came to City and it didn't work out, or he went to Bayern with him for some reason, and you know what I mean. So I don't think Messi was ever going to go to a club where Guardiola is, because I just don't think Guardiola wants to rekindle that. I think he wants to leave what happened there and have that as what it was, instead of maybe trying to ruin it by bringing him over just because he's Pep and he's got that relationship. So yeah, and I mean PSG. Imagine PSG City this season. That would be a good Champions League game. Obviously, it happened last year, but new signings for both teams mean that would be a much more tastier fixture, I think. I can see Messi being announced probably over the weekend, if it does go that quick. All the paperwork and all that. But I'm hearing Mbappe wants to leave. Obviously, he's going to run out his contract if he's not let go this summer transfer window. He's got 1 year left, so he'll be on a free next year if he doesn't sign on. Haaland's available for about 80 million. So, as much as this one's exciting, this transfer window, the next one could be even more exciting. As I'm reading here, Sergio Aguero is very angry, rightly so. Moved to Barcelona just for the main purpose to play with Lionel Messi at club level. So it's not just going to cause issues in terms of losing Lionel Messi for Barcelona, which is obviously the biggest issue, but it's going to upset a lot of people as well. Everyone's going to be upset that he's left, because obviously you go to Barcelona not to play for Barcelona. I think the majority of it is to play with Messi. Now he's gone, likes of Depay. I think he signed to Barca to play with Messi, same as Aguero. So it's difficult. It's a big it's big news. But if you don't have the money and if you struggle to sign on a player like Messi, then you're gonna have to let him go. I mean, for me, he's the greatest player to ever play the game that I've seen. So I wasn't alive for the Maradona era and all those kind of players. But for me, Messi is just something else. Second half of this game will be getting underway in just a few minutes' time. Where it's Bournemouth 1, West Brom 1. interesting now. I wonder if that PSG, that's big. That's a big sign. God, they're already looking so good, and then Messi on top with Neymar and Mbappe. Messi, Mbappe, Neymar front three next year if Mbappe doesn't leave. What? And how interesting will it be to see Messi and Ramos being the same team? Literally, Ramos used to want to kill Messi to just stop him, from scoring against Madrid. But now they're going to be on the same team. It's just a shame Ligue 1 isn't as competitive. I know last year it was more competitive. Obviously, Lille won the league. PSG didn't win the league, but PSG had a lot of issues, and with their new team, I don't think the others could keep up with that. So I don't think Lille will win the league again or come close, because I just think PSG have made such improvements that they're just so far apart now in class. But yeah, they're the Premier League fixtures. I was going to do Brentford Arsenal, but plans for Friday and Saturday I'm busy as well. So make sure you do watch the Premier League. It's back. Excited. Obviously after a good Euros, not ended the way I would have liked it to, but there's always next year for the World Cup. Come on, England. Oh. Yeah, the players are getting back out now and we'll be underway for the second half. Can we have some goals, football gods? Come on. Can we have like a 3-3 classic? I'll end 1-1 now I've said that. I've just jinxed it. Yeah, Bournemouth were beaten by Chelsea in pre-season back about a week and a bit ago. So they've had some tough pre-season games. Bournemouth, and we're about to get back underway with West Brom kicking right to left. Bournemouth left to right, so West Brom attacking toward the end of the away fans. We're waiting for the referee's whistle here. West Brom to kick off with Carl and Grant. Missed kick off there. Solanke a little bit too eager as Grant plays it back to Dara O'Shea towards the right hand side. The ball is aimed towards, headed won by Lloyd Kelly, helped forward by Gary Mowat. I keep saying Alex Mowat, and then out for a Bournemouth throw-in with Zamora. At fault for the goal, you could say. He was marking Dara O'Shea, who was able to get an easy header on him. Throw-in towards Billing. Heads it on as far as Mowat. Good from Kilkenny to win it back, and he finds Adam Smith at right back. David Brooks forward to Marcondes, the goal scorer for Bournemouth. Adam Smith back to Chris Mepham. Is it just me, or are you looking like Jack Grealish? Alright, now, is West Brom have got it back. Callum Robinson. Good slide challenge there by Mepham. I think there was a mistake because I was reading the comment there. Mepham closed down Robinson on towards the byline. Let's have a look. Lloyd Kelly, too much a heavy touch. Tried to play out from the back. Diangana got it. Played it through the gap to Robinson, who tried to pull it back towards Grant, but a good slide challenge from Mepham avoided that costly error from Lloyd Kelly. It looks like it's going to be a long throw-in by Phil Long. So it's interesting that they've got long throw-ins from both sides. That's quite a dangerous tool to have for West Brom, for sure. Having long throw-ins from the left and the right. There it is, Phil Long throw-in. Tried to be headed on by Kipre, but he's stopped by Zamora. And it will be a corner kick for West Brom. But yeah, if you're talking about the Grealish, I actually got the Grealish trim. Like, you can't really see it. You can probably see it there. Yeah, you can see it well there. These are highlights that we'll put in. Obviously, if you go back, my hair's usually black. But I've got highlights in, like Grealish. I literally showed them a picture of Grealish and went on it like that. So you are right to say that. It's going to be corner this time. Mowat to put this in swinger right towards the goalkeeper, who tries to get a punch onto it. Goes to the far post where Dara O'Shea heads it towards goal. Deflects off a Bournemouth man. And it's going to be a corner again for West Brom on the opposite side. Good start from West Brom, picking up from where they left off at the end of the first half. Travers with a punch towards the far post, and O'Shea couldn't quite divert it. Goal bound. Boxed by Bournemouth. They've got a deal here with another corner kick. An in-swinger from Furlong. I'm presuming they'll put it on towards the keeper again. And they have. Someone's on the ground. It's a foul. Marcondes, I think, pushed to the ground there by Kyle Bartley. And it'll be a free kick for Bournemouth, relieving that pressure because it looks like they were under a little bit of it there. The two managers split by the fourth official, Andy Woolmer. Both aggressively chomping at some chewing gum, both managers. The best ever was known for that, Sir Alex Ferguson. Always had chewing gum in wherever he was. Poor goal kick though by Travers, straight out of play. West Brom throwing on the right hand side. They're showing average positions there, and it seems like the left winger for Bournemouth, Jade Nancy's found himself a lot deeper than he should, covering a lot for his left back Zamora, who's struggling to clear there, but just about finds Marcondes. His clearance is poor. Furlong forward. Diangana loses out. Does fall to Grant. Forward into the path of Connor Townsend. Pulls it towards the edge of the box. Picked up by Bournemouth's Marcondes. Forward towards Brooks. Loses out. Ball forward by Marcondes. Bartley's there to get it. Button. Long clearance up the field. It's a small pitch, so it's not hard to get it from one 18-yard box to the other, and he's shown how easy it is. Straight to the other opposite keeper, Mark Travers, only making his second Championship appearance. It's only his 11th Bournemouth appearance, so quite inexperienced. Did pick up a clean sheet in that League Cup win they got last Saturday against MK Dons. Chris Mepham, only player on a yellow card at the minute. Travers, playing out from the back. Lloyd Kelly, who lost out last time, playing out from the back. Clips it forward. Solanke can't get there. Kipre heads forward. Mow it towards Diangana. Picked up by Gavin Kilkenny. Back to the 18-yard box to Kelly. Just about gets it out of his feet and cleared. Comes off West Brom player Jake Livermore last. Bournemouth throw-in. Five minutes played in this second half. It's still Bournemouth 1, West Brom 1. West Brom still the better team than they have for the majority of the game. Throw-in over Solanke. Headed forward by Bartley. Poor though. Jade Nancy picks it up. Clipped and decked by Dara O'Shea, but the referee's not having any of it. But Bournemouth have still got the ball with David Brooks on the right. Oh, it's a strong tackle and it's a great one. Can't quite keep it in though. Alex Mowat. Thrown back to Chris Mepham. They are missing a lot of players, like I mentioned before. Bournemouth, like first teamers. Obviously, there's a big question over the future of their star man, Arnaut Danjuma, who got both goals in both legs of those playoff semi-final legs against Brentford. What a ball, though. Zamora pulls it across, headed up, parried away by David Button, and it falls to Billing, who slots home for 2-1 Bournemouth. Oh, what a shame for West Brom. They've been such the better team, but when Bournemouth attack, they attack with penetration. Both times they've really got forward and had real chances. They've scored both. And that came out of nothing. Kelly with a long ball, diagonal switch to the left, brought down by Jade Nancy fantastically. Just stood up by Furlong. Great run by Zamora on the byline. Crossed it in. Pushed away by David Button right towards Philip Billing, who's in the box unmarked, and he gets given a free invitation by the goalkeeper to have a shot. He accepts the invitation and throws it right back in his face and says, I'll have that goal. And he'll have that goal for sure. Great finish, bottom right corner. No chance for the keeper to stop that one. Poor defending again from West Brom. And they're somehow 2-1 down. Philip Billing, he's been linked to a move to the Premier League with Norwich. But he stayed put for now. 6 goals in his last 10 Championship appearances. And you could say Zamora, the left back, makes up for that error of not being able to defend against Dara O'Shea for West Brom's goal. He's fouled there. Zamora, surely. No, says the referee. They've won it back, West Brom. Mowat. Ball forward. Robinson. Flicked around the corner. Can't find Carlin Grant. Bartley. Strong tackle. Be picked up by Grant here. On the byline. Oh, he lifts it in. Good ball, but no one's there. Zamora can try and clear. Can't quite get a good contact on it. Furlong. Cross. Blocked by Zamora. Throwing for West Brom. Yeah, that goal came out of absolutely nothing. Philip Billing scoring for Bournemouth there. Marking his 80th appearance for Bournemouth with a goal. Scored last week against MK Dons, and he scored again for Bournemouth against West Brom this time. 0-0 that goal, and well played for Bournemouth. They're not really playing too well. Not really looking dangerous, but they're scoring. When they do get forward, it is poor defending from West Brom, but that's from no fault of Bournemouth. It's Furlong gets it back again from Billing as he headed away his long throw-in. Puts it back in again. Headed up into the air by Kelly. Carlin Grant. Robinson volleys it. Oh, it's just gone wide. It's close from the Irishman. Callum Robinson. He's experienced at this level. Played 124 times for Preston North End in the Championship. He's got 35 goals in this league. But that time he couldn't quite find the bottom left corner. Watched the ball come down and just kind of mishit it a little bit and sent it wide of the post. It remains 2-1. Goal kick, Travers. Clears it. Kipre heads it back forward. As far as Adam Smith, misplaced pass. It's now Connor Townsend trying to go the long way around David Brooks, but he wins it back in the Bournemouth half. Plays it inside to Kilkenny. Bournemouth have it back. Ball switched to the left-hand side. Cut out by Furlong, but not convincingly. Falls to Jaden Anthony. Cleared by West Brom. Back forward by Kilkenny. As far as Dar O'Shea, whose clearance has gone to Dean Garner on the right. Can't bring it down. Out for a throw-in for Bournemouth. Except for Bournemouth, 10 academy graduates in the squad tonight. Shows that they do trust in their youth and academy. Jordan Zamora, the Zimbabwean, he came through the QPR academy for a little bit before moving to the under-21s for Bournemouth back in 2019 from Charlton. He's going to get the chance for another throw-in. Can West Brom bounce back again from going a goal behind in this game? They did well in the first half. They need to do it here in the second. As Dar O'Shea clears from this throw-in. As far as Adam Smith. Brooks. Adam Smith runs forward and he's been found, and as he pulls it back, it's cut out by Alex Mowat. As a throw-in for Bournemouth. Adam Smith was also one of those who was released at the end of the season, and then when Scott Parker came in, said he deserves a contract and can be of use. As Brooks, what a 1-2 of Adam Smith. Plays it inside towards Billing. Back heel to Marcondes. Heavy touch. Can be tackled by Dean Garner. Fall to Mowat. That could have been such a good goal for Bournemouth. As West Brom want to push out here from the clearance. It's picked up by Lloyd Kelly. Over it goes to Zamora. Ball inside to Billing. Goes through him into Solanke. Sees a switch to the right. Oh, it's a great sprayed ball to Brooks. On the right hand side. Goes the long way round. Tries to cut inside. Failed the first time. Looks to get the cross. Deflects off Townsend. Corner kick for Bournemouth. What a player he is, David Brooks. He's one of the shining lights in this Bournemouth team. I'm surprised he's not been picked up by a Premier League team, David Brooks. Did make 3 appearances in the Euros in the summer. Was at City for 10 years, Manchester City. David Brooks from 2004 to 2014. Missed 16 games last year of injury, but still managed to rack up 6 goals and 7 assists. Could he maybe get an assist here? He's not had an assist this game, and he won't get one here at the minute because he's not taking the corner. It'll be Marcondes with an outswinger. He's not to assist yet in this game, Brooks. The 2 players on the left-hand side for Bournemouth have got him. He swings it in. It's a great ball. Headed away to the edge. Zamora takes a touch. Gets onto his right foot. Plays it across to Kilkenny. Back to the corner taker, Marcondes. Crosses towards the back post. Carl Bartley heads away to the edge. Brought down by Kelly, who takes over in the right wing area. Gets onto his left foot. Ball forward. Cut out by Mowat. And I think fouled there by David Brooks on the edge of the box. And West Brom can breathe because they're coming under some pressure now. Looks like the second half might be a bit back and forth. West Brom have a better play, then Bournemouth have a better play, and it's just who can take their chances. And so far, it's been Bournemouth. They've not had many chances, but when they've had the clear-cut chances, they've taken them. Fair play to them. They're ahead in this game. Decent club, Bournemouth. When it came to the Premier League, finished 16th in their first year, which was successful. Then got as high as 9th in their best season finish. Then to 12th, then to 14th, and then they kept dropping and eventually finished 18th in the 2019-2020 season. And that's seen the departure of Eddie Howe as well. But it looks like the season could be the one to get back in the Premier League under Scott Parker. Finished 6th last year, 77 points in the end. Didn't finish the season great in terms of before the playoffs. They went into the first playoff leg with a 2-0 loss to Stoke at home. But then when it came to playing against Brentford at home in the first leg, they won 1-0. Danjuma with that goal that day. Great counter-attacking goal from left to right, the way they're attacking now. There is new signing Matt Clark, not in the matchday squad. The man on loan from Brighton. Spent the last 2 seasons on loan at Derby, playing 81 times and scoring the 1 goal for Derby. Yeah, to play for Brighton. It's a long throw in for West Brom. Thrown in. Cleared. Again, back to the throw-in taker. We'll have a second bite of the cherry if he can work across here. Shifts it onto the right foot. Gets a cross in. And it's headed in. Oh, foul in the process. Kit Prey did head the ball into the back of the net, the Ivorian. But there was a foul in the box that wasn't anything to do with him. Off the ball foul, and the referee gives a yellow card to Kyle Bartley. We'll have to see a replay here. Great ball in. Let's see what Bartley does. Yeah, just pulls Marcondes to the ground. And before the goal entered the back of the net, the whistle had already gone. Unlucky for Cedric Kipre, who did get the neck muscles working there with that header. But Kyle Bartley just tried to get away from his marker, just swung him to the ground, and the referee saw it, and no goal for West Brom. Stays at 2-1 to Bournemouth. As they play out from the back, Mepham in the 18-yard area. Looks for the switch to the left, where Zamora heads it down the line towards Billing. Back heels into Zamora, takes it in stride. Heavy touch, tackle by Livermore. Volley to the opposite side where Adam Smith, the right back, can pick it up for Bournemouth and help it on down the line. Solanke will give chase, but Bartley wins the header. Cans off the header of Brooks, who keeps it alive, but there's an offside flag up on Solanke. And a free kick for West Brom. Half an hour to go. Will we see another goal? Or will Bournemouth pick up the first 3 points in this game? A lot of the injury list on the bench there. Lewis Cook, one of them, who's also out as well. Steve Cook's there as well. Jack Stacey's there. Ben Pearson. Just shows you there's about 7 players all out injured at the minute. Headed out by Zamora for a throw-in for West Brom. No chance for a long throw-in this time. Furlong to take. The right wing back. It's a long throw-in, and so long it's out for a goal kick. Nowhere near Dean Garner there, really. Throw-in from Darnell Furlong. Yeah, like I say, Gray Dean Garner signed from West Ham, and it caused quite the uproar from West Ham fans because they thought he was a promising young player, Grady Dean Garner. Got off to a good start at the start of the Premier League under Slaven Bilic, and then when Allardyce came in, he only played 9 times. Struggled with injury a little bit as well. Had a muscle injury from January into February as well. And struggled a little bit under Allardyce, but hopefully he's back for the new season and can be a star for West Brom, because they'll need him to be firing alongside the likes of Carlin Grant, Robinson, Zohore, who's on the bench as well. Mowat picks it up in the midfield. Ball forward to Dean Garner. Once more to Robinson. Back into Dean Garner. Nice 1-2. Ooh, taken out on the edge of the box by Zamora. Free kick. Quick feet. He couldn't handle it, the left back, and he's just fouled him on the edge of the box. So close. He was going down towards the byline, and he's invited the challenge and got that touch ahead of the defender, and he was absolutely swiped out by the full-back. A rightly given free kick right on the edge on the right-hand side. Lucky for him if it was just 2 yards, or even a yard to the to the left of the West Brom player. If he went down there, it's a penalty. So lucky, got done there completely. Good skill from Grady Dean Garner, showing what he can do when not injured. Be the left footer of Gary Mowat to Gary. I said Gary again. What's up with me? Alex Mowat to take. There must be a Gary Mowat, I know, surely. It is Mowat as well. I thought it was Mowat, but apparently it's Mowat. I read up the other day. As here he is, Alex Mowat on the left foot. It's a two-man wall. He could shoot this towards the far post. I think he has. It's flicked on by Furlong. And now 8 goes for a goal kick. It looks like he was just going to zip that towards goal. And in the end, the ball was flicked on towards the far post. Probably should have done a bit better there, Darnell Furlong, because we're going to get the first change. It's going to be number 11 to come off, as I've been talking about how he needs to have a good season. But he is just returning back from another injury again. Grady Dean Garner is going to be replaced by the Scotsman, Matt Phillips. Been at West Brom for 5 years now. Has 1 goal in 6 against Bournemouth. Back in a 3-0 win for QPR in the 2013-14 season. And he signed from Huddersfield for 15 million. Sorry, that's Carlin Grant, sorry. He signed from QPR, I'm pretty sure. Matt Phillips. Throw in here. Taken quickly by Mowat. Header won though by Lloyd Kelly. Mowat headed back forward to Robinson. Back he goes to Furlong. The manager's had quite a big chance. Helps it down the line to Robinson. Too much on it? Yes, there is. Goal kick for Bournemouth. It's great to see you packed. Well, I say packed out. It's not packed out. But a quite full Vitality Stadium. Just a breath of fresh air. The ground back open in 1910. So it's been open for over 100 years now. Mark Travers, take the goal kick. It's a long one. Up towards Solanke against Bartley. Bartley wins the header, as far as Billing. So Marcondes on the halfway line. Back to Mepham. And has to turn and go back once more to Travers in the 18-yard box. Closed down by Matt Phillips. Just about gets out his feet and clears it up towards the halfway line, where Solanke does win that header. As far as Dara O'Shea. Assertive pass to Mowat. That's not assertive, that's poor. Lloyd Kelly can clear. Throw in for West Brom in their own half. Remember, could be 2-2. We've just had a disallowed goal for West Brom a few minutes ago. Kip Prey heading it home, but a foul off the ball by Bartley means it was disallowed. Furlong heads it, throws it to Cedric Kipre. Ball launched forward. Townsend can't flick it on. It's going to be a throw in for Bournemouth. West Brom fans not happy. I'm sure the referees will have not missed the fans at all. Scott Parker giving out some instructions. The 40-year-old. Was Spurs under-18 manager for a little bit. For his first year in kind of management back in 2017. Then moved on to former assistant manager before getting the permanent job. Is Matt Phillips here on the edge, picks it up, plays it through, and across. What a goal, West Brom! Alex Mowat with an assist on his debut to Callum Robinson. And West Brom do get that equaliser. It's Bournemouth 2, West Brom 2. And again, a goal out of nothing gives West Brom a glimmer of hope of getting the 3 points. Throw in from Adam Smith. 1-2 of Brooks. Tried to complete another 1-2. Picked up by Townsend. Got through a bunch of bodies. And Mowat in the end took over. Got it to Phillips. Got the return. Through on the left. Played it across first time to Robinson, who also finished first time, to the far corner. No chance for Mark Travers. Great goal for West Brom. Great grit and determination to get that ball through and forward. And to be finished off by Callum Robinson. Unbelievable goal. It's a great goal. Well worked. Well deserved. And we've got a great opening day on here. Bournemouth 2, West Brom 2. Callum Robinson with the goal. Again, these caught me off guard, these goals. Not being able to really explain them properly. Oh, I put 12 there. It's not 12-2, don't worry. It's not basketball. 2-2. There we go. But yeah, 2 goals. The last 2 goals, the one for Bournemouth second and West Brom second. Out of nothing, really have. Not from a Bournemouth throw-in, that. Zamora. Anthony inside. Billing tries to back heel. Cut out by West Brom. Played forward. Phillips, first time to the goal scorer Robinson. And again, just too heavy of a pass. Bournemouth get away with that with a throw-in. Messi very close to signing for PSG, I'm reading, by Fabrizio Romano. Very reliable source, sometimes. Got a bit of slack yesterday, Fabrizio, saying that Messi was ready to sign a new contract, which he was, but obviously fell through literally 10 minutes after he said that. Bournemouth pick it up once again. Billing crosses it to Brooks on the volley. Great save by David Button. He latched onto a Billing cross there in the box, Brooks. Left unmarked there in the box by the West Brom defender. Got good contact on it towards goal. It was on target. Superbly saved down low to his right. Button, O'Shea. Townsend getting caught there. Not marking his man. Good save. And this game has been fantastic. 4 goals, 2 apiece. Will we get a winner? It'll be Marcondes, the goal scorer of the first goal of the game, to take this. Being in swinger, will he glide it in or will he put it in with a bit of whip? He's going to just glide it in towards Lloyd Kelly. Free header back in towards the box, but there was a foul off the ball on O'Shea and a free kick for West Brom. Yeah, I do apologise for the lack of build-up of commentary for the last 2 goals. I was just talking about certain things and then out of nowhere, literally from nothing, just from open play, both goals have been scored. But that West Brom second was really, really nice. The new manager, Valerian Ismail, will be very happy with that one. Rightly so. He's absolutely delighted with that. And if you've seen the goal, you'll know what I mean. But if you see it later, you'll also find out what I mean. Goal kick by Button. Header won by Lloyd Kelly, but it's an offside anyway, as Matt Phillips was coming back from an offside position. Smith to Brooks inside the Bournemouth half. Has to go back to his Welsh international teammate of Chris Mepham. Switches on. He's seen something. He's not been able to execute. Cleared by Philong. Intercepted though, but then won back by Mowat. He did it for the second goal. He's won it back. Robinson plays it across. Grant, who tries to take it down. Unfortunate, but it still falls to him. Pulls it back to Townsend. Great crossing. Header. Oh, it's just gone, well, I say gone wide. It's gone back over towards where the cross came from. Cleared in the end by Bournemouth. And a throw for West Brom. They are looking like the team to maybe nick this game with 20 minutes to go. O'Shea, looking down the channel. Phillips, thumbs up and applauding the idea, but can't quite bring it down. Adam Smith for Bournemouth, the right back, charges forward, has to just check back on his run. Play it into Mepham. Back to Travers. Has to clear it away first time. Up towards Solanke or Marcondes. Well, neither of them can win it. Bartley wins it and gets the head of Billing. Great defending and great ball forward to Robinson, who just can't get there ahead of Lloyd Kelly, who can clear himself. Out for another throw-in. Solanke up front for Bournemouth, starting to become a little bit isolated. So this had the West Brom half. Is a West Brom throw-in with Furlong. Throws it back to Kipre. That was to David Button, who conceded 2 last season in his only league appearance for West Brom. 3-2 win against Wolves away. Could we get a similar result for West Brom? A 3-2 win. As I think there's been a foul there on a Bournemouth defender, so again pressure eases for them. Bournemouth yet to make a change because they've not got many options. The only one I can see them bringing on is Junior Stanislas. Other than that, they need to try and get these injured players back because they're losing some substitution areas and chances where they can freshen it up. A lot of inexperience on that bench. 6 of the 7 players are 21 and under. Billing. Over to Adam Smith. Brooks. Can he work his magic? To kill Kenny. Oh, poor ball. Picked up by Phillips, but the interception's too heavy. He does get met by a big round of applause by the West Brom fans, liking the press, liking the energy, and wanting to go one further and get this win. They're in full voice, West Brom fans. Can't hear it, but you can see it. Great to see away fans back in ground, really is. I wish I could have listened to this game with volume, but copyright's not great. Bartley heads it forward from the throw-in. Helped on by Townsend. It's bouncing. It's brought down by Robinson with a nice touch into Grant on the left. Gets it onto his right and it's just wide. Oh, Carlin Grant's so unlucky. He's not really had a great start to his West Brom career. He was signed for 15 million at the start of last year, but from Huddersfield. He's only scored once in 21 previous appearances, but he was close to getting his second there. Shifted it onto his right. If he could have just got a bit of curl on that shot, it could have been nestling into the side netting of that corner. But positive signs for West Brom as they look to try and nick this winner late on in this game. We're 73.5 minutes in. 2-2. Solanke loses out on the header. Mowat heads it forward, which finds Kilkenny. Goes over to the right-hand side to Marcondes. Bournemouth look to get another goal, which could be seen as undeserved. 1-2. Brooks to Smith. Good slide tackle there from Townsend. Wins a throw-in for Bournemouth. It'll be Adam Smith to take. The 30-year-old. 286 appearances now for Bournemouth for the right back. Whilst he was at Spurs from 07 to 14, he made 2 appearances in 2012 for them against Fulham and Carlisle. Didn't quite make it at Tottenham, Adam Smith, so moved to Bournemouth, where he was a very consistent player for Eddie Howe. But a switch towards the left has been cut out by Philong, and they'll have a throw in a similar area in the final third, just on the opposite side. Zamora throws it quickly to Kilkenny. Youngsters linking up here as he goes for a ball. Diagonal switch again. Great ball. Brought down by Brooks. Played forward towards the byline. Pulled back by Adam Smith. Caught out with a slight challenge. It's going to be a corner for Bournemouth, as they're clapping their players on, trying to give them the extra boost to go on and win this game, because this game is there for the taking. That's for sure. They've scored 2 goals, Bournemouth, in times of the game where it's a little bit fortunate, because they've dominated possession, but does not really look too dangerous with it at times. It's going to be a left-footed ball in from David Brooks. Goes to the edge of the box to Billing. Across the body, shoots. It's a good block. All the way out to Brooks. Crosses it towards the far post. Tries to be headed back in by Mepham. Can be cleared by O'Shea. He fails to clear it. And then he maybe handles it, says the former fans. In the end, they deal with it. Jayden Anthony's asking the question there. It's going to be a corner, as I think the final shot from Bournemouth was blocked in the end. Let's have a look here. O'Shea failed to clear it. Ooh, it's a good claim for handball. He misjudged the clearance, and as he's gone to head it, he's for some reason led with the arm as well. I don't know if it touched the arm, but it's dangerous to head it with your arm so close to your head in such an unnatural position, but got away with it, and it's a corner, the end result of that passage of play. Again, just glided into the air. Lloyd Kelly can't win the header on Bartley, but it's still in the air. Headed away once more by Connor Townsend. As far as Zamora for Bournemouth. Just about keeps it in as he plays it back to Kilkenny. And across and back we go to the halfway line to Adam Smith. West Brom push out. To the keeper, Mark Travers. Big clearance forward towards David Brooks. Header won by Kipre always far as Marcondes. He's tackled fairly and Kipre tries to bring it away. He loses out. Tackle from Bournemouth falls to Livermore. He clips it away and out for a throw in the Bournemouth half for the Cherries. They're going to have a look at that handball again, I think, of O'Shea. No, they're not. They're going to look for a possible foul. Before, yeah, I think that's a foul. Mepham going for the ball. Holding and grabbing his left arm and shirt. Lloyd Kelly and Bartley went for the header. It looped in the air, and as Mepham and O'Shea were challenging for it. He was pulling at the shirt and the arm. I don't think it was a penalty looking at it again, but dangerous to do. 2 penalties he's nearly give away there, O'Shea. What I love about the Championship as well, there's no VAR. That's always nice. I know sometimes it does help, but the way the Premier League use it, it is woeful, to say the least. Down the Bournemouth left, cut out by Skipper. Bounces around. Who will come out of it? It is Bournemouth with a ball over the top and in behind. Solanke gets there ahead of O'Shea. It's a great strike. It's a good save. Hooked away by O'Shea in the end. Headed away once more by Philong. Kilkenny can't keep it alive. West Brom get it away. Phillips just behind Grant. Loses out. Throwing for Bournemouth. Good save by Button. Great ball in behind by Jaden Anthony. He's had a positive game. Got it through to Solanke. Low driven shot towards the near post. Nearly caught Button out, but he was equal to it. Mow it with the free kick as he was just bundled to the ground there by Philip Billing. But Button having to be sharp here because he knows that he probably won't be in net for the next game. Sam Johnston will be back in. He's on the bench. Returned early from his holiday to get straight back in it. The former Manchester United player didn't make an appearance for the Red Devils. Sam Johnston was linked to a move away this summer to West Ham. That fell through after a bid was rejected earlier on in the summer. Button finds Phillips free here in the box on the left. Just about keeps it in. Pulls it back and Robinson just taken away from him. That could have been a really nice goal. Poor goal to concede from Bournemouth's point of view, but from West Brom that would have been nicely devised plan to get that ball in the net. Again, Button to Phillips. Ball forward, just not quite on the same wavelength as Robinson. And the ball falls to Mark Travers in the end, the goalkeeper. Kelly. Zamora. Back to Kelly. Going to clip it forward again. Up towards Solanke. Can't go for it. Billing now has it as West Brom lose possession. But they win it back. Livermore, ball forward. Cut out by Zamora. Charge down that left. He's caught late there, I think, by Mowat. And that'll be a free kick for Bournemouth just inside the West Brom half. And it will be a booking as well for the former Barnsley man. 26-year-old midfielder there, taking out the 21-year-old left back. Only making his 7th appearance for Bournemouth, Jordan Zamora. So free kick. West Brom have had double the shots Bournemouth have had, 7-14. Kilkenny losing possession to Mowat, and they can get it forward now. Phillips. Wide right it goes to Grant. There's players in the box. He looks for Townsend at the far post, asking a lot of the left back. Does keep it in though, towards the corner flag. Plays it back to O'Shea. Fancies a cross himself, blocked off by Smith. Throwing for West Brom. Long throw, and it's going to be again for Townsend. Getting some words of advice from a fan who's getting told to go stand back where he was. Get a bit too close to the player there. It's great to see away fans, though, like they are, thrown into the box. Helped on. Headed in the air by a Bournemouth man. And headed again by a Bournemouth player. As far as O'Shea on the right. Spins. Tries to cross. Blocked. As far as Solanke, who gets beyond Livermore. Loses out to Mowat, and he fouls him on the right, and it's a great chance for a cross here for West Brom. Mowat helped back to his feet by O'Shea, and this is a great chance to get a cross in here for the Baggies to win it. Solanke did well to win the ball back off Livermore, but then spoilt it with that foul on Alex Mowat. That's a real striker's foul, that. Not really knowing how to tackle properly. Solanke playing his first game against the Baggies. Did score 15 last year in the Championship. Joint top goal scorer with Dan Zuma within the season, before the playoffs. Mowat, who won the free kick, will put a ball in. Being in swinger. I think referee's having some words again in the box, just telling them, keep your hands to yourself, keep it clean. With 8 minutes to go, plus added on time. Both teams are looking for an opening day win. Crossed. It's a dangerous looking ball. Helped on. Kipre at the back post. Heads it in. Cleared not only as far as Jake Livermore. It's a poor strike. Over the bar it goes. And Livermore, who struggled last year. 1 year left on his contract. If he wants the renewal, he'll have to have a good year this year. But that's not the start he would have wanted. If he could have scored there, that would have been a beautiful goal. Just didn't quite get over the top of the ball in the end. Jake Livermore. And he has bad memories against Bournemouth. Jake Livermore, he was part of a whole team that were beaten 6-1 at the Vitality Stadium by Bournemouth back in the 2016-17 season. I'm pretty sure that was when Bournemouth finished 9th and had their best season in the Premier League. He was eventually relegated with Fulham. Livermore. Poor kick there from Button, the West Brom keeper. Right to Billing. Can't get beyond Bartley. Cleared by Mowat. It's a great clearance. Not know if he meant it, but he's nearly found Robinson. Had to be headed out by Kelly. Here we go. You could guess what I'm about to say. Have a guess? Yep. A long throw-in for West Brom. They've not scored directly from a long throw-in. They've scored from one in terms of the throw-in was headed back to the throw-in taker, who then crossed it in for a headed goal. But directly from the throw-in, they've not scored from one of these yet, and they've had quite a few of them. So here we go. Long throw-in from the right. Dangerous. Headed away by Chris Mepham, but it only causes a corner for West Brom. As we're getting later on in this game, a goal would probably finish it off. It's almost getting to a point of next goal wins. The last fixture between these two, I mentioned it before, we had an 89th Bournemouth winner. 89th minute Bournemouth winner, that would made the game 2-1. This will make it 3-2. They've scored a header already through Kipre. He was disallowed though. And here we go. In swinger towards the keeper. Gets a punch on it to David Brooks. On the edge, can bring it forward. Tries to clear it, deflects. Thankfully to him, it's to Solanke, who then tries to set off Jaden Anthony in behind. Too much on it. And he's blocked off though by Townsend. Referee sees nothing wrong with it. And Button clears it up the field towards Robinson. Picks it up after Mepham's poor header away. Try to get away from Marcondes. Just about. And then loses out with the pass. Kilkenny. Ooh, caught late there by Grant. He knows. That's Livermore, sorry. He knows. Free kick. Probably a booking as well for Livermore. Yeah, 2 midfielders on bookings now for West Brom. It was either who's going to get the ball cleanly or take out the man, but he had to take the chance and he took out the man, unfortunately, for Livermore. Asks if Kilkenny's okay and accepts the booking. Was sent off last year in the derby at the Hawthorns against Aston Villa. Quite a nasty challenge. I think it was Allardyce's first game in charge. 3-0 loss in the end. Yeah, that ball through to Jaden Anthony by Solanke, blocked off by Townsend. How was that allowed? He's not even looking at the ball, he's blocked him off. So Livermore booked, Mowat booked as well, alongside Kyle Bartley. And Mepham of Bournemouth. Ball forward towards the corner flag, can't keep it in Jaden Anthony, but it is a throw for West Brom, right in the corner flag, so they could box him in here a little bit. Bournemouth. There's going to be a change here for West Brom. Bit of an incident here with the ball boy and Darnell Furlong. So seems to have been dealt with. Looks like it's going to be Kenneth Zahor to come on. The number 9 is going to replace Carlin Grant. Close to scoring about 10 minutes ago. That went wide, so it's going to be striker for striker. Kenneth Zahor spent last season on loan at Millwall, bagging 3 times in 19 appearances. He's now been at 7 clubs, the Dane. Yet to play for his country. And has yet to score against Bournemouth in his previous 3 attempts. Could he change that now with a late winner, Kenneth Zahor? Wasn't selected for the Denmark squad for the Euros. So from the corner flag, it's going to be a long thrown up the pitch by Furlong. Hopefully West Brom, well, for West Brom's sake, they can win the first and the second balls. big throw-in. Win the first, not the second, because it's headed out for a throw-in for Bournemouth and for West Brom to defend. Zamora with the throw-in. Throws it back to Lloyd Kelly, the captain. One of the younger captains for Bournemouth, for sure. 22 years of age. To the left it goes. A long clearance from the keeper. Header won by Furlong towards Zamora. Tries to help it down the line. It's nearly going out of play, but kept in by Furlong, who heads it away. Then back towards him, who's just been caught by a high boot there by Jayden Anthony. The ball was there to be won. Jayden Anthony's gone with his foot. Furlong's gone to his head, and I think he may have just caught him a little bit. So a free kick on the right for West Brom in their own half. Just about to get back to his feet, Furlong. Came through the QPR Academy, Furlong. He's played in League 1, League 2, the Championship and the Prem, so he's played at all levels and making his 70th appearance for West Brom today. His father is the under-18s manager at QPR. Button cleared up the pitch. Header won by Bartley, but hooked away by Kilkenny. Can only find Furlong. Back forward it goes, flicked on by Zahor to Matt Phillips on the left. Got the overlap of Townsend, feeds it to him, looks to cross it, deflects off Adam Smith, who can clear at the second bite of the cherry. And it's going to be given chase to by Solanke. Header won by Furlong. Can't be brought down by Robinson. Overhead kick clearance by Kilkenny. And it falls to Jayden Anthony. Can't find a ball forward to Brooks. Picked up by O'Shea. Hoofs it forward. Zahor will get there ahead of Zamora and win the corner. Good forward play by the big 6'3" Dane of Zahor. Might be 6'4", looking at the size of him there. Just a hopeful clearance, and he's got there and forced a touch off the Bournemouth left back, and this will be real heartbreaking for the Bournemouth fans here. We're reaching the 89th minute, and if there's a goal here, that could be curtains for this game. 2 arms in the air by Alex Mowat. It's an in-swinging ball in, and it's cleared by Bournemouth to David Brooks. The counter-attack might be on here. Good tackle from Furlong. And that should be a West Brom ball. Oh, it's a wrong decision. Brooks was getting away. Big slide tackle from Furlong. And the last touch came off David Brooks. And the West Brom manager's not happy, and neither am I, because that's poor refereeing. Should have seen that there was a clear West Brom throw-in. It was a great challenge from Furlong. It's going to be another substitute here from for Bournemouth. 4 minutes added on, so we'll play till 49 minutes on the timer. Double change, I think. No, just a single change. Looks like Philip Billing was a substitute there. It's going to be number 38 to come on, Christian Saidi. The young 19-year-old striker spent 3 months on loan last year at Weymouth National League club. Made his senior debut last week against MK Dons in the EFL Cup. He's going to replace David Brooks. He is probably Bournemouth's best player, but he is looking out of steam. So the Welshman's replaced by Christian Saidi. He's a striker, but can play on the wings if needed. So throw in here for Bournemouth. They've got just under 3 minutes to try and get a winner, or for either team to get a winner in this fantastic opening day in the Championship. Really giving a great look on the Championship. Thrown down the line. Oh, he can't clear it. He's completely missed it. Kipre. Solanke on the left. Can he work across? He helps in the box, but that time it's cleared by Furlong. Thrown for Bournemouth. Kipre there, nearly bottling the game. Complete air kick at the ball. West Brom being the better team, I'd say, for the majority of the game. But when I say that, Bournemouth score. So, could they score this time? Header away by Kipre from the long throw-in. As far as Lloyd Kelly. Help back forward. It's poor ball. Will trickle right out for a goal kick for David Button to take for West Brom. 2 minutes to go. Bournemouth 2, West Brom 2. We don't get many draws in this fixtures. in this fixture. We've only had 4 in the last previous 21 meetings. It's all the meetings they've had in all competitions in the history of football. Will we get a 5th draw? Button's clearance forward. Zohore can't win the header. Helped on by Marcondes. Forward by O'Shea. It's a bullet header forward. Zohore will give chase. Mepham will get there first and can only volley it away for a throw-in for West Brom in a dangerous area. I don't think it's an area for a long throw-in into the 6-yard box, but he could throw this into the 18-yard box and maybe cause some danger. O'Shea. Halfway line to Bartley, across to Kipre. Furlong. Brought down. And a foul it is by Zamora on the halfway line. And this is probably going to be the last chance for West Brom. 60 seconds to go. Remember, the pitch isn't the biggest at Bournemouth, so they're going to launch this into the 18-yard box. Will West Brom nick this, or will both new managers share a point on the opening day on this Friday night at Bournemouth? Cross goes in. It's gone all the way through, and will it be seen out by Bournemouth? No, it won't. They've had to... Oh no, they have given a goal kick. Wow, I thought Zamora got the last touch, but Kipre, the man chasing the ball down, avoiding the goal kick, apparently got the last touch. And it'll be a goal kick for Bournemouth with 20 seconds to go. That could be it for tonight. We've played the 4 minutes of added on time. The goal kick taken by Travers. And the referee blows for full time. So for new managers, Scott Parker and Valerian Ishmael, it ends with a share of the spoils at the Vitality. Both managers can take positives, with both squads looking a little bit worse for wear in terms of availability. Bournemouth are low on first team players due to injury. West Brom are low as well, not just due to injury but lack of players in general. They've been bringing in a few signings the last few weeks. They just need to wait for them to get involved, and I'm sure these two sides will have a right good crack at the Championship this season. West Brom, the better team throughout, but Bournemouth kept at it, and when they had big chances, they did take them, and that was the difference. West Brom had a lot more chances, but wasn't as clinical as Bournemouth, and that's why we end this game with Bournemouth 2, West Brom 2. Debut goal for Emiliano Marcondes for Bournemouth to give them the lead in the 12th minute, but around 20 minutes later, from a cross from Connor Townsend after a failed long throw-in, he found Dara O'Shea in the box, and he headed home to give West Brom the equaliser before half-time. And then slightly after half-time, Philip Billing put Bournemouth back in the lead, a goal out of nothing. He slotted it past David Button in the West Brom goal. And then again, about 15 minutes later, with about 23 minutes to go, Callum Robinson finished off a fantastic team move from West Brom after winning it back from a Bournemouth throw-in, using their press with significant damage, and they equalised. And from there, both teams were going at it, trying to nick a late winner, but neither could. They'll share a point, and both teams will for sure take that on the opening day, because that is going to be one of the harder games this season. They both end with a draw. Fair as you like. And both teams will be looking for promotion this year. And it's a great start for the Championship. A great advert for the game, for the second division of English football. Obviously, a lot of people will be watching tonight because the Premier League hasn't started yet. And that is a fantastic opening game. 4 goals shared between the two sides. Fans are back in the ground. What more would you like to see? Well, for me, that is the end of the commentary. Hope you liked. Please like and subscribe if you are new. Next commentary should be on Wednesday. Chelsea versus Villarreal, 8 o'clock. If not, then you're just going to have to subscribe. Notifications on. Follow the Instagram as well. That is in the description. Football_commentaries. And I will keep you updated when the next one is going to be. Hopefully on Wednesday. So make sure you're there if it is going to happen. But for me, that's going to be it. Like, subscribe. Here at the Vitality, fans are back in full voice and nearly in full numbers as we play out a 2-2 draw. Bournemouth will take the positive alongside West Brom, but they share the points on this opening day of the Championship season.